Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome. Today we're going to be looking at how to create components for our continuous assessment, and then we're going to add our grades into ODUS Plus. My name is Ibrahim and I work with the Faculty of Applied Studies and also train faculty at King Abdulaziz University with the Deanship of E-Learning and Distance Education. So the first thing we're going to do is head off to our ODUS Plus account, and once we get into ODUS Plus, you need to log in. And once you're logged in, the first thing we're going to do is select this briefcase here. So we're going to be working with a few briefcases today. This is the first one. Now, when you enter ODUS, you want to select the semester that you're teaching. Now, the default will be this one here, probably, Awwal, which is the first of 2021. So it's getting ready for next academic year. But we want to select this academic year. And we're in the second semester, so we're not going to select this one, which means the summer, Saifi. And we're going to select the third one, which is the Thani, which is the second one. So you have to be careful when you select the 2020. There are three 2020s. You don't want to select the first one because that will be last semester. You want to select this one, which is the second semester. So once I've selected that, I will save it so that the system knows where we will be working. Now the next thing you want to do is head off to your section that you're teaching, which will be the second icon that I've just clicked. And in here, I want to select the section that I teach. So I'm going to go to the section that I teach, and I can tell by looking at the code, the course code, and the number, and also the section number. So save that, and it will take me straight into that particular section. Now it's in here that we are going to do two things. So I told you we're working with a few briefcases. Head down to the first briefcase you see here, and at the top of it there's a printer. So we're going to be working with these two, the printer and the briefcase. We're going to go into creating the course components, and it's in here that you can have the chance to create your quizzes, the labs, the assessments, the homework, participation, midterm, all these different things. This is where we're going to create them. So I'm going to select this particular icon here. I'm going to click it. So we selected our printer, and now we are ready to start by entering the items that we want for our assessment, the components. You find that there are columns that we will be working with. Is default 1, 2, 3, which is the number of items. For us, we need 4 items, so we'll be working with 4 items. We will enter the 3 items here, and then we will save it, and then it will create another 3 items. Okay, so we will come to that in a second. Then we will move to the left, to this side here, where we will enter the course code, which will be a GRC code. So it's GRC 112. I'm going to enter GRC 112 again. I'm going to type another GRC 112 because there are 3 things I'm going to type here. And for me, the first item I'm going to enter will be my midterm. And after I type my midterm exam, I'm going to allocate the percentage for that particular component. The second one will be the quizzes, and the quizzes will be 30% because we're combining the different faculty members that worked in this particular course. So I'm getting their grades, and I'm going to enter it as 30%. The next one will be the assignments and homework and all the different activities that the students have done. This would be 20%. Now I'm going to save this. And when I save it, what's going to happen is I will get another 3 boxes where I will enter the components, and it's there that I will add my next component. Okay? And then here I will click on the participations that students make, which is, they're speaking and participating in the classroom. One thing you need to remember is because our faculty, we don't have these labs and case studies and different things, by default it doesn't show here. But there's this top icon here which I will select, which will stop my students from seeing these components when I send them their results. Now, if I uncheck this, this means my students will see the midterm, the quizzes, the assignments, and the oral participation. But if I select this, it means that the students will not see the midterm and the quiz results, but they will see the assignments and the oral participation. Okay, now let me save this and I'll show you what I mean. So I've saved it now. Now this means that my oral participation, which I just added, has been saved. And if I wanted to delete this, I'll just click on this and then head to the second icon from the right. Okay, and then I'll click that and it will delete that. Okay, now looking at these boxes that I mentioned earlier, if I uncheck that and I save it, now the students can see everything in terms of the midterm, the quizzes, the assignments, and the oral participation. If I select this, it means, and I save it, it means the students cannot see the results for their midterm, the quizzes, or the assignments. But if I want them to see everything except for maybe the quizzes, because I haven't finished with the quizzes yet, or they haven't taken the quizzes yet, then they will see everything else except for the quizzes. Usually we do this, like for example, in the beginning of the semester, maybe you want to start entering the quiz results, and you already have these components, but you don't want the students to see the oral participation, the assignments, and you just want them to see their quiz results. Then you can click that, save it, and what will happen is the students can only see their quiz results, because at the beginning of the semester you haven't given them any midterms or assignments yet. Okay, so that's what clicking this particular menu here does. Okay, so I'm going to save it again, and once I've saved all the items that I need, I am going to click on this green icon. Notice it becomes red when I move my mouse over it, so I'm going to click on that at the bottom here, and then I'm going to go to the briefcase. Now this is where I'm going to be adding the results of the students. Okay, so remember, here we went into the printer and we added the components. Here we're going to go into where we will be adding the particular grades for the midterm, the quizzes, the assignments, and the oral participation. Alright, so I'm going to select each and every single one of these, and then when I'm done, I'm going to click on the middle here to give me a printout of the results. So we start with the midterm. I'm going to click on the midterm, and you can see we allocated 20% for the midterm. Then if the student got 20%, or 20 out of 20, sorry, I'll give him the allocated marks. If this student didn't show up this semester from the Faculty of Applied Studies, we have been instructed to give them IC. Now, you can leave this as it was, as default, and we can do this at when we get the final grades. But the point is, you don't type the IC here, you do it here. Okay, so leave these as default for now, and wait until we enter the final grades. Then the students who didn't show up, or like for example, I've got 2 students here, and maybe they didn't show up, or maybe they changed their course, maybe they dropped out, maybe they withdrew, maybe they're still in the college, I don't know. I need to check my results that I got from Blackboard, and then while I'm entering them, I will see what the case is for the students. Now, we will do this when we do the final grades, where we will enter the IC, so leave them as they are. And supposing I've entered my grades now, coming back to the grades, so he's got 20, he's got 20, he's got 20, and he's got 20. So I've given all of my students their results. If I save this, what's going to happen is you'll see, okay, you see, so he's got 100% basically. He's got 20 out of 20, and that's an A+. So this is what it means to get a 20 out of 20. So if he got let's say 10, and I saved it, then you see what's going to happen is it's going to tell me, you see, he failed because he didn't get the 60% that he should have gotten, right? Now I want to edit this because I want to be sure what the student got before I start entering it. And you can see I can also edit it by just deleting what I typed in and then clicking on Tanfidh, which means save. We'll save whatever it is I type in here. Once I'm done, I'm going to go back to the rest of the components. So if there were quizzes and oral participation, this is 30%. I'm going to be adding the results in here. Once I'm done, again, I'm going to save it. And once I save it, I'm going to go back out and then go into the assignments where we allocated 20%. And once I'm done again, save it, go back out. So I'm going to be doing the same thing with the oral participation. So I'm going to add my results in here. And once I'm done, I'm going to save it. And then to go back out, I'm going to click on this, which means to go back. Once I'm happy with my students' results, I will click on this, which will give me a table of all the different components that I added initially, and also what I also inputted for the students. And this will be an Excel format, so I can scroll down, click on Excel. It will give me the option to save it like this here, or open it. So I'll save this in the desktop or wherever it is that I have saved my document. Head to the particular document and then open it as an Excel document. And now I'm happy with this and I'm done. I'm going to go back to the menu here, and that's it. I'm finished. So we worked with two documents. The first one was to create the grades, the components for the assessment, and the second one was to enter the grades using the briefcase. At the end of the semester, when we do the finals, we will come back here and maybe create a video to show you how to enter the grades in here and send it to the head of department. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Wassalam.